which brings us back to the 4th of July, 2012. Appearing in front of a packed auditorium at CERN, the spokespersons of the experiments ATLAS and CMS announced the observation of a new fundamental particles in proton-proton collisions at the Large Hadron Collider, which had properties consistent with the long sought-after Higgs particle. And you can imagine that the whole auditorium exploded in applause. Now here you see, again, Higgs and Angler waving to the auditorium after the announcement of the observation had been made. Now, what I'm going to show you is what the evidence for the existence of a new fundamental Higgs particle looks like. This is a little bit difficult, so I ask you to have a little bit of patience. So we have a diagram here showing on the horizontal axis the mass. Okay? Now, the Higgs particle cannot be seen directly. It can only be reconstructed from its decays, from traces it leaves in particle detectors. So from these traces, you can reconstruct the particle mass, but it is not clear it comes out exactly in one point. You can get many different masses. So on the horizontal axis, you have the reconstructed mass. On the vertical axis, you have the number of events found at each mass. There is another caveat, namely their background. There are processes mimicking the Higgs, which are not the Higgs particles. They are not the processes you're after. And they will be shown in blue in this diagram. So what you are going to look for is a red peak appearing in data against the blue background. And I'm going to show you how the data evolves with time. The black points will be data. And so look for the red peak and try to follow the time development. So here you see it comes up as more and more data are collected. You see the blue background growing fast, but also the small red peak appearing. And this is the observation of the Higgs particle. Now, this is not the data they had in 2012. Now I'm showing you all the data we accumulated until the shutdown of LHC in the beginning of 2013. So I think I can stop this. This is what the data looks like. We see the red Higgs peak on the blue background. And so what we have here is the final piece in the puzzle, which is the standard model. This is, of course, not the final piece in the puzzle of the universe. There's still mysteries left. We don't know what the dark mass is. We don't know what the dark energy is. We don't know if Higgs is the only Higgs particle that exists or if there's more Higgs particles. So obviously, there are things to do for future generations of scientists. Thank you.